Okay.
Grab your cup and settle in for real, unfiltered conversations about tattoos, art, and the culture surrounding them. We're your hosts, Jessica Roberts.
And Alessandra Peacock. Tattoo Tea Time spills the tea on hot topics in the industry, from sharing wild shop stories and personal journeys to breaking down the techniques and our work.
We deep dive into the art form that leaves permanent mark on your body. Whether you're just inked up or you're just curious about tattoos, this is a space to learn, laugh, and get inspired. I really don't know how we're going to get through this, y'all.
Me either.
Okay, I'm Jess. I just wanted to introduce myself. I've been tattooing for about 5 years now. I specialize in detailed black and gray work. And
She's
I am
amazing, by the way.
Thank you. I'm always looking to expand my work and expand my practice. So, and then this is Allie.
Hi, I have been tattooing for like 2 years now, I think. It's coming up on about 3, maybe at the end of this year.
Yeah,
That's so
almost.
exciting. Yeah, Jess here mentored me. That was amazing,
Yeah.
actually. That was I didn't really have very much of a traditional apprenticeship. I started tattooing
Oh, that
pretty
she
young.
had a traditional apprenticeship. Don't let her
Kinda.
fool you. I did not let her.
She didn't beat me. I wasn't getting beat or anything.
I didn't let her off
They didn't
easy
threaten to
though.
break my hand. She didn't threaten to break my hand.
Don't call her out. That's some tea. That's some spilling it. That's
That-
spilling it.
I'm spilling
Spilling
it.
it. No, but Allie did work her butt off. I remember the first day I met you. You came in and she was so nervous. And let me tell you, this girl has been changed because she was nervous. And I remember she came in with these 5-inch long ass nails. I swear to God. I swear to God. They will claw your eye out. And they were red and they were bedazzled. I'll
I
never
used to get
forget
my
that.
nails so long.
And the first thing I told her when she sat down for her interview was like, "You're gonna have to cut those nails."
Everybody asked me, they're like, "Do you tattoo with those?"
Well, I don't know, man. I don't know. Poking right through your
I
gloves.
know.
R.I.P. R.I.P. the gloves.
Yeah.
Good thing they're disposable.
Yes.
Unlike some people we know that go on live stream and be touching their live stream. Gloves are disposable. Disposable. Anyways, apprenticeships.
I was super nervous going into the shop that Jessica was at the time. I had originally went to 2 or 3 shops before that, I think, looking for an apprenticeship, and nobody was really willing to take on or like really wanted to teach anybody. So I was already kind of down about that. And when I went in, I really wasn't expecting much, and
We had just sat down one on one and talked and immediately clicked. I
yeah.
wasn't really looking for an apprentice at the time. I kind of felt like I wasn't because I'm still very much a baby in this industry. Although I'm very proud of my work and how far I've come, I just feel like I'm still like very new, you know? So I debated even taking on an apprentice because it's a big responsibility on both parts. I'm gonna share with you guys my apprenticeship journey because let me tell you guys, buckle the fuck in. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking
I've
crazy.
heard stories.
So, if anyone is from Oklahoma, you know that we have the strictest tattoo laws in the nation. The nation. Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah.
You would think Oklahoma of all places. Like we can do meth on the streets, but we
I was about to
cannot.
say.
We can do meth on the streets, but we can't give ink. What?
What is that about? Come on, Oklahoma.
God damn.
But
Anyways, so yeah, I had gone to you know when I turned 18, I didn't know what the hell I was doing with my life. You were way ahead of me when it came to that. Like
yeah, I
this
jumped right
girl,
into it.
she knew what she wanted to do from the get go. She turned 18 and she was boom. I wanted to
In
be a tattoo
there.
artist.
Pretty much. I remember like teachers wanting to ask me what I wanted to be when I grow up, and I'm in like 3rd or 4th grade, and they're like, and I'm like, oh, I want to be a tattoo artist, and they're, oh, okay. Like that's not something a lot of kids would say, and so people always thought that was so weird of me.
For sure. I mean, like, could you imagine your 5th grade teacher?
Yeah.
I remember in 5th grade we were having teeth pulling contests. And here you are, I want to be a tattoo artist. Like
Yeah.
she knew from the get-go, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had teeth pulling contests in 4th grade. Crazy time, right?
I've never heard of anything like that. That's crazy.
So I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life at the time. So when I was 18, I was pretty much told go to college, you know, which, you know, it's great. I'm so blessed for my education. I really loved it, but
You have a bachelor's in arts? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Your bachelor's?
Yeah, I have a bachelor's of art from OSU. So while I was pursuing my bachelor's was when I was seeking out my apprenticeship. So that's another thing about this industry is you really have to love what you do. Like
That part.
there is no this is second. I think like somebody had told me somebody applied for another apprenticeship with me and they said, I think I want to be a tattoo artist just in case. Part-time, just in case. And this is a 24-hour job. Let me tell
Yeah.
you guys, we're
Traded my
literally
9 to 5 for a 24/7.
yeah, we work all the time and we work our butts off all the time and we're still working. So, but we love
Literally.
it, you know?
I just had a client text me and it's like midnight.
You up?
Hey, you up?
Hey, you up? $500 meet me at the studio right now. What can you give me?
Poodle.
Poodle. Clouds. Give me a lion with blue eyes, please. Maybe a cross with that too. um, so yeah, so while I was going to college, I was also seeking out my apprenticeship. I had begged this one girl in my small town of Stillwater, Oklahoma, go Pokes, baby. And she wouldn't give it to me, you know, for an entire year. She wouldn't give me an apprenticeship. And looking back, I understood, you know. So I just worked on my portfolio, worked on fake skin, built all of that up, eventually got to a studio. The only issue with that studio was it was an hour drive every day.
I would never drive an hour.
It was an hour drive every day.
I think if you were an hour away, like when I wanted to apprentice and you said you'd mentor me, I wouldn't drive an hour for my apprenticeship.
You're a brat for that. No,
I'd go
honestly,
somewhere in the city.
well, it was a lot of driving, and I guess
You're a
circumstances.
champ.
Yeah, circumstances are different though, because like Texas is a little bit different than Oklahoma. They have a little bit flexibler laws, um, than Oklahoma does. Oklahoma is super strict when it comes to that. So, anyways, I was going to school 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Then I would drive an hour to my apprenticeship, um, in Oklahoma City, and I would pretty much just mop their floors and do their dirty work and do anything else that they needed me to do, because you are a slave when you're an apprentice in a traditional apprenticeship.
You're working for free.
You work for free. You tattoo for free.
Yeah.
You work for free. Talk about yeah
So
yeah
that sucks. I painted walls
she painted walls.
for free.
I made her paint walls, guys.
It's for the plot though. It thickened the plot. It built my character. It made me humble. I'm kidding.
I'm humble though.
I'm humble.
Bye. Basically, my apprenticeship was full of gatekeeping and it was full of laziness and
My
it's pretty
apprenticeship wasn't
crappy.
shit compared to yours.
You know, but it's also a different time.
Yeah.
It really is. You know, there's people who are getting out of their crappy apprenticeships and realizing that there is better. And then there's also people who are like, well, my apprenticeship was crappy, so yours has to be too.
Right.
You
I'm so
know?
glad you weren't like that with me.
You know,
I'm
but
like
like
so blessed. I was blessed.
but you know, I just feel like I saw a lot of myself in you, my younger self, and I just like feel like everyone deserves their chance and like you bled for this. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
um I didn't find out that I love tattooing until I tattooed. Like you were dead set before you even touched skin or even thought about
Pretty
it.
much, yeah.
This industry is really, really corrupt. There's a lot of corruption in this industry, and it's
Yeah.
unfortunately hate to say this, but especially if you're a woman.
Mhm.
I'm not trying to pull like the sex card or anything. It's just the
It's
way it
true.
is. I mean, like this is a male dominated industry. It's not going to be easy to get into. So creds to all the women who have worked their butt off in this industry.
Yeah,
Oh my
literally.
god, like Deanna James, who has her own studio in
Fucking
she's amazing.
amazing.
She's amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, did you see she just went to a convention. Have you seen the piece she did?
I have not.
I don't even know if she posted it, but she posted a sneak peek on her story.
Oh my
Super
gosh, dude.
cool.
I went to her winter symposium and I'm telling you, they she had a really great lineup there. Like Timmy B, watching him get to like talk in person and getting to see David Vega shade a portrait. Those were insane. That was insane. That was worth every dime of that ticket. So if you haven't been
I
to the
wish I
Eden
could have
Winter
gone.
Symposium, it's the shit.
I'm definitely gonna go this year. We're gonna go to a symposium together this
Yeah.
year.
I'm absolutely thinking the winter one because we have a convention
I
coming
was
up.
just about to say
Yeah.
that.
We're doing a convention, the International Tattoo Collectors Expo. It's hosted by
Yeah.
Sammy Lynn. Is it in Irving this year?
It's in Frisco.
Frisco. I got that so wrong.
Frisco, Texas. And it's
The
my first
direction will be
convention
challenged.
ever. And I'm
Yeah.
so
Do you
nervous.
know what style you're thinking about entering in?
I really want to do fine line.
Yeah. Dude, she's killer at fine line. You should see some of the pieces that she's done.
Yeah.
I've never seen lines like this.
Maybe
You're
we'll put
really
some up on
good.
the screen for the people to see.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should.
But I think I want to do an ornamental piece of some sort. I want to put some floral in there because my black and gray could be really good with floral.
Maybe some shading,
Yeah,
some
or
ornamental.
something. You'll have to stay tuned and find out,
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
amazing. Very cool. Based on your apprenticeship experience, how would you give people advice on how to get started on one?
Going back to what you said about the people being lazy, you definitely can't be lazy and you're going to get turned down and it's going to be a lot of downs before there's ups, if that makes sense.
Oh, for sure. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
I went through so much rejection
I
to
got
even.
fired. You got fired. We got fired.
Yeah.
We got fired. So that's another thing. Like you definitely have to hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
It's a lot of rejection. But it makes you better. I feel like when everybody gives advice on how to get an apprenticeship, it's always like, well,
Go get one.
just go get one.
Just
You
walk
know?
in.
So like what did you do to build yours?
Been drawing for a long time, so at first I kind of just piled drawings together, and then after I kind of realized, like, hey, I'm serious about this, this is what I want to do, I bought a tattoo machine on Amazon. I was tattooing fake skin. I did like a couple pieces on myself. I never flaunt them to anybody because it's so horrible, and like knowing my growth from then to now is crazy. Anyways, but basically I just got all of the tattoos I did on myself and the drawings, and I put them on a portfolio. And I searched up shops near me with I researched artists too, a lot of artists that I want. I went to shop A and
Although we are spilling the tea, I don't feel like we should name drop because
it's not bad tea. I just don't know
it's
if I
not,
want to put
yeah.
their name out there
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
out of respect for them. Like
Yeah.
although we're comfortable with kind of sharing the stories because it's the truth,
Yeah,
like
I don't know if they want this out
we
there.
won't say their name because that's kind of, yeah, we still have respect
Yeah.
for them.
But I walked into shop A, which happened to be owned by my father's friends. So I knew them
Wait, so
growing
like
up.
you were friends with them
Yeah, my dad was like very close.
and they
And
still didn't give you an apprenticeship?
no, yeah,
They're
that
basically
kind of
family.
hurt. And but I mean, understandably though, I kind of didn't know shit, and it was a very traditional shop, a bunch of old heads, the traditional. We don't want to
Get
teach
it.
you like you're just a little girl. You I feel like that's pretty much what it was, but no hate to them at all. Um, and then I went into shop B, and I was actually 5 minutes late to my interview. So they told me that made me look bad, so I didn't get the apprenticeship there. And then shop C was
You've
Jessica.
never told me that story.
Yeah, that's why.
5 minutes late and you look bad.
Yeah, they told me that doesn't look good on me.
That's ironic because artists are never on time.
Yeah, that's.
And that's coming
And
from
it's because
someone
I
who's
couldn't
guilty of
find
it.
the place. Like, it was literally in the most random ass location. Like, the building was just built, so it wasn't on Google Maps. It was just an address, and I had to find this address, and it, like, I was 5 minutes late. When you go in, you definitely don't be not cocky, but be confident. Show them that you really want to do this. Show up on time,
For
probably,
sure. For sure.
and just be very upfront. Be like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is my work, and it's the interest that they want to see, I think.
For sure. I think like the two things that stood out to me for like you were one, passion for it. Like that's the other thing is a lot of people come into tattooing think, "Oh, I'm just going to make a fuck ton of money."
Mm-hmm.
And it's not about that. Like it's like you have to have the love and the passion for it.
Yeah.
And then the other thing was just like personality. Like
Yeah, you have to sell the fuck out of your personality.
you sell yourself.
If people don't like how you act, they're not gonna want to get tattooed by you. They're sitting with you for like
Hours,
3+ hours.
hours,
They're gonna want to
hours.
get to know you. If you're not sweet, if you're not funny, they don't want
They don't want you,
you.
baby.
They don't want you,
But
baby.
it's true. Like, and I kind of feel like that's why all the old heads are getting pushed out by all the new artists, the
Yeah,
babies,
there's
because
like a wave of new artists coming in.
it's for real. The babies are taking over. They, but at the same time, um, it's a saturated industry.
It really is. It's also why it's super hard to get an apprenticeship because there's already so many artists out there. Nobody wants to produce more.
No, nobody wants to produce more because at the end of the
Especially
day,
in our
like,
town.
how thin can the pie get? You know, like slice by slice, and it just keeps
Hmm.
getting thinner and thinner. And but at the same time, I've been seeing a lot of artists retire lately because they're getting old. So like,
Yeah.
I have a funny feeling that the artists right now are kind of trendy.
Yeah, for sure.
Like like small tattoos and things like that are starting to become a trend. And so unfortunately, since we are producing so many artists, mediocre has become the norm. So let's wrap up this like apprentice conversation of just like how to truly get one. I think that's like the best way to end it. We've talked
Hmm.
about our journey. We've talked about, some of the issues as to why people don't want to build them. And then let's talk about, if you truly are passionate and you've jumped all these hurdles that we've talked about, how to genuinely get one. So I'm going to start with, you have to have a portfolio. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't have a portfolio, artists are probably not going to even look at you. And then, like, I'm not talking digital portfolios,
Hand drawn.
hand drawn,
Show
even.
different forms of art styles.
Absolutely. American trad is probably what they are going to look for the
Yeah, tattoo
most.
styles for sure also.
So something as simple as getting a binder with sleeves, putting in all of your work in there, and creating something that somebody can physically hold. I don't recommend digital portfolios unless you are a um, pretty saturated already, artist on social media.
Yeah.
I recommend even then having a book portfolio. I have a book portfolio,
I have a book portfolio as well.
and almost every artist in this industry has a book portfolio.
Yeah.
And I've known people that won't even look at you unless you have a portfolio. So
That's what they want to see when you go in.
they're looking for tattoo drawings in tattoo styles.
Yeah.
So you have to be aware, you have to do your research. It's not just going to be given to you. You have to work for it. And unfortunately, like you said, the rejection, you know,
That's a big thing. Got to be able to deal with it.
yeah. And they actually look for that too. They want people that are okay with rejection.
Hmm.
Like, I got rejected for a year before I finally got one. And you got rejected for
Maybe a couple
a couple
months.
months. Couple
Yeah. I
months.
was taking like a couple month breaks in between going to each shop because I got so discouraged. It was getting to me.
It's bad. It really
Yeah.
is. And you just have to like build up that resilience. And then also, if you have an artist that um you really enjoy their work, bug the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like hey, because that's another way to get an apprenticeship. You just gotta bug them. You
For
just
sure.
and try to soak up as much as you can. Maybe go get tattooed by them even. Like,
Yeah. Sneak it in there.
knowing someone's name will make a huge difference too. You know how many times people walk into a tattoo shop and they've never even looked at my work and they're asking me for an apprenticeship? Like, you don't even know my style.
Yeah.
Like, do your research on the person you're asking about, and then build an awesome portfolio and come in with a great attitude. Now it's time for everybody's favorite time of the week.
What everybody came
What
for.
everybody came for, the real tea. What's piping this week, y'all?
Tats know better. This needs to be illegal. People say as artist shows cover up of bad tattoo and somehow makes it even worse.
By the way, guys, this is raw reactions. We are reading right off of
Can you
The
guess what we're about to
Sun.
talk about?
I wonder.
Okay, so the original tattoo is Faith Over Fear. And it's on someone's neck.
We're
It's
gonna
on a
show
woman's
it
neck
like
right
down
here.
here or
Yeah, we'll
something
put
because
a
this is
picture on the
crazy, y'all.
screen.
Faith over fear. It's not a bad tattoo, you know? I mean, the
In the
bold
video,
lines.
she said she loves the tattoo. She just wishes she got it somewhere else. So she wants to cover it up to get it somewhere else.
Yeah, the neck's a huge commitment. I mean, like, anywhere on your neck is gonna be be huge. So I don't blame her for wanting to get this covered.
Yeah, for sure.
But
And I kind of understand too. I low-key want that covered.
yeah, no, I mean like, and also like we change over time as people.
Mhm.
So cover ups are not. So this is Ariel. We were talking about Ariel De Jesus's work.
If
She
you
is
didn't
a hot
already.
topic as of right now.
Yeah,
So
everybody on I seen TikTok is blowing up about this on Tattoo Talk.
yeah,
But yeah,
my
so
my personal vendetta would be her not changing her gloves while she's on live stream. You know, you can come at me, but change your gloves.
yeah, touching the tripod and immediately going back to tattooing is kind of crazy.
It's contamination. It is straight up contamination.
Something I
It
just noticed
says
that.
TikTok user Ariel De Jesus recently showed a cover up that she did for a customer. The clip was masked at 5.9 million
Holy
views.
shit.
Y'all are making the wrong people famous.
Yeah, make us famous.
But to be fair, this is a. She- oh God. Okay, so what did they cover this up with? Okay. Whoa. Insert clip here. Right here. Holy crap. Whoa.
That's crazy.
Guys, my question would be like, is this what the customer asked for?
No, so she does like blindfold tattoos, right? So it was one of her $160 cover ups. And so this girl had like a N95 mask over her eyes the whole time she's getting tattooed.
I'm gonna start with saying like one, blindfolding clients. That seems almost inhumane. Okay.
Mhm.
Although I understand it's her shop niche. I think like she she can do better than that. She's been tattooing for 10 plus years. And if you're in this industry for 10
My
plus years,
motivation, literally.
you should be better than this. And I'm not saying like not trying to dog her as an artist because I understand, you know, we all have our good days and we all have our bad days. But unfortunately, for a cover up on the neck, it kind of feels like she failed this client. Like this is it's bad. I just like I don't understand how you don't. What does the client want? You know, like because at the end of the day, they have to wear it. We don't.
I wonder if it was like cuz I think on her consent form she does like she gives them options for like themes they want on their cover up. And artist choice is one of the themes. But this woman has yet to come out and say anything about this tattoo. I know some of her previous clients have come out and literally talked shit on the tattoo she's given them. And oh my god, I haven't even told you this. I tattooed someone that Ariel tattooed the other day.
Yeah.
I have not told you that. I'm
How did that go?
she was embarrassed and she did not want to talk about it.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah,
That
but she
sucks.
it was a Suicide Boys lyric and it was blown out incredibly. It was scarred like exactly like this. It was raised up off of her skin and like pieces of the ink had like come out because she had gone so deep. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, from what I know of Ariel is she's famous for rushing and she's famous for cheap work. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, but you can't get good work for cheap and you can't get good work fast.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, those just don't mix. You
They
know,
don't.
I think artists can still be reasonable with their prices and they'll work with your budget. You know, it's that's not the issue, but at the same time, guys, like you mo- tattoos are expensive. You know, do your research before you go to an artist.
It's crazy that like because I see a lot of people that go to her and they're like, "Oh yeah, I saw you on Facebook and like I've been watching your videos." And it's crazy that they still go to her after that. And I wonder if people like read her comments.
I think a lot of it is clout.
Clout.
Clout. I think it's
I think
clout.
it's the prices.
And the prices. Of course the prices. It's there she has great prices. And honestly, like I
She
respect her philanthropy and the fact that she will tattoo and trade tattoos for
bicycles.
bicycles and like because, you know, I've tattooed a lot of people that have been in like bad mindsets and bad headspaces where they're like I need a tattoo today.
Yeah, I need to feel something.
But at the same time, after seeing this work, it's at the, you know, if you are going to offer crazy good deals, also offer crazy good tattoos.
Yeah.
Um the biggest tattoos like issues I have with this tattoo is going to be the fact that you can still see
The original
the
tattoo.
tattoo. And it's pretty deep too, so there's some scarring in there.
Yeah.
The design is a little weird. It doesn't really go with an S curve. The lines are pretty blown out and thick for a neck. Color choices are interesting. There's no consistency when it comes to the color in the cupcake wrapper or the cupcake frosting. The sprinkles look half-assed, to be honest. Why are there 3 pink ones at the bottom, 2 yellow ones mixed in there, 2 blue ones, and then another pink one on top? The cherry is probably the only thing I kind of like.
Only part of the wrapper is colored.
Only part of the wrapper is colored. Um, and for a girl who preaches glitter tattoos,
You ain't good at them,
this is
honey.
disappointing. I really hope that this client, oh
She's
my God,
following
and she has
outside
to
the
wear this forever,
lines.
guys. She has to wear this forever. So I just, oh man, really do your research before
Come to us.
you come to an artist because this is rough. This is really rough. I can see why
Yeah.
this would be a hot topic, and I could see why people would want to talk about this.
Yeah, the people are raging about this right now.
Oh man.
About Ariel Debussy.
About Ariel Debussy. Yeah, so that's now an inside joke. I was typing in Ariel de Jesus earlier on my laptop, and I accidentally autocorrected it to Ariel
Debussy.
Debussy. You know, and I have actually seen some somewhat good work from her, but unfortunately, it's just not consistent.
Yeah.
So, but that one's bad. That one's bad. One's bad.
Mortified to see this.
What do some of the comments on TikTok say?
Okay. Someone doesn't have a sterile working space, leave immediately. True. This is horrible art. How does Ariel de Jesus still get any business with her horrible reputation and dog shit portfolio?
That's rough.
Do not ever go back to that artist.
Oh,
That is
man.
bad. Damn, this looks like me when I started drawing 20 years ago.
This is an exact reason of mediocre becoming the norm. So
Not all publicity is good publicity.
not all
Ariel.
publicity
She's
is
famous
good
for the wrong
publicity.
reasons.
You're famous for the wrong reasons, my friend. Not all publicity is good publicity. With that being said, I feel like that is a wrap of this episode of Tattoo Tea Time.
We have yapped y'all's ears off for the very
Yeah,
first
we
episode.
did yap.
And I hope you love us.
Yes. Thanks for hanging out with us and spilling the tea with us.
This was super fun. I think we're going to be doing videos every week.
We're going to try. And it's going to be a learning curve, but this is something that we've talked about for a while, starting a podcast, sharing our stories, sharing our experiences. You know, although we're young in this industry, we still know quite a bit. And I feel like.
And we still have a story and we still have a voice.
Yeah. And like, we have a lot to learn, don't get us wrong. But at the same time, like, you know, I still feel like sharing our experiences and just getting ourselves out there is our main goal. Please comment some hot tattoo trends.
Yeah, what do you want to hear us talk about?
We're curious. What's hot, guys?
The tea.
What's on your brain? Well, until next time, stay inked, stay inspired, and keep spilling the tea.
That's cute.